Breaking down a complex skill into smaller chunks is a highly effective learning strategy because it allows you to focus on each part of the guitar. Mastering a single chord or scale is a small which can help build confidence, create a sense of progress, and prevent the feeling of being overwhelmed. You can use the same method for any complex elements or sub-skills that make up the larger skill, then break them down into smaller, more manageable chunks. Once you have identified the chunks, you can prioritize them and decide which ones to focus on. Taking a step-by-step approach not only helps you build your skills gradually but also enables you to track your progress more easily. Tip number 3. Use the Pareto Principle. The Pareto Principle, also known as the 80-20 rule, is a well-known concept in business and personal productivity. It suggests that 80% of the results come from 20% of the effort. This principle can be applied including learning new skills. The Pareto Principle suggests that to become proficient at a skill, you don't need to learn everything there is to know about it. Instead, you should focus your efforts on the most important and useful aspects of the skill. By doing so, you can achieve the majority. Focus on mastering the basic techniques, ingredients, and tools that are essential for making a variety of dishes. By doing so, you'll be able to cook many different meals without having to learn every recipe. When applying the Pareto Principle, it's important to identify the most critical aspects of the skill you want to learn. These may include fundamental concepts, techniques, or tools that are necessary for achieving the desired results. Once you've identified these key elements, focus your learning efforts on mastering them. Apply the Pareto Principle is to prioritize your learning. Instead of trying to learn everything at once, focus on the most critical elements first. Once you've mastered those, move on to the next most important aspects of the skill. Tip number 4. Use spaced repetition and active recall. Spaced repetition and active recall techniques are based on the Pringle session. Here's how spaced repetition and active recall work. Spaced repetition involves reviewing information at gradually increasing intervals. When you first learn a piece of information, you might review it after a few hours, then again after a day, then a few days later, then a week later, and so on. The intervals between each review session are gradually lengthened as you become more proficient at you are more likely to retain the information in your long-term memory. Active recall and can recall information. There are many tools and techniques you can use to incorporate spaced repetition and active recall into your learning routine. One popular method is to use flashcards, either physical or digital, that are designed to use spaced repetition and active recall algorithms. There are also numerous apps and software programs available that use these techniques to help you learn and retain information. Hello and welcome to Health. You want hobby or subject, learning fast can save you time and energy. But how can you do it? Specific and realistic goal. Setting a specific and realistic goal is an essential step in any learning journey. When you have a clear idea of what you want to achieve and why, you provide yourself with a sense of purpose and direction. This tip emphasizes the importance of setting smart, active goal setting. Specific. A specific goal is well defined and clearly states Spanish speaker in 3 months. By specifying exactly what you want to achieve, you create a concrete target to work towards. Measurable. A measurable goal allows you to track your progress and determine when you have achieved. Example of having a conversation with a native Spanish speaker, you can measure your progress by assessing your ability to hold a meaningful discussion within the specified time frame. Measuring your progress helps you stay motivated and provides a sense of accomplishment as you see yourself getting closer to your goal. Achievable. An achievable goal is one that is within your reach and aligned with your abilities and resources. It's important to set goals that challenge you but are still realistic. If you have no prior knowledge of Spanish, aiming to have a fluent conversation in 3 months may be overly ambitious. Instead, focusing on a specific duration of conversation with a native speaker can be more attainable and realistic within the given time frame. Relevant. A relevant goal is meaningful and aligns with your overall objectives. Learn Spanish and how it fits into your broader aspirations or interests. By understanding the relevance of your goal, you can stay motivated and time-bound. A time-bound goal has a specific deadline or time frame for completion. Setting a deadline creates a sense of urgency and helps you structure your learning. For example, the goal is to have a 10-minute